What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me. If you don't mind commenting, sharing this with all your friends and family, let them know about the show and things coming out. I got a video coming out pretty soon that's just a silly video I made. But let's get into the news on this lovely Monday. There just still chaos in Kabul. But I always do my due diligence and check on what MSNBC, CNN are talking about. MSNBC is some of my favorite stuff to just laugh. It's good to start off with a laugh for the day. America's NIMBYs are going to get us all killed is their top leading story. And this is in reference to people who are scared of buses and trains or who don't refuse to do it because you're scared of buses and trains, global warming is going to happen. It's going to murder us all. Pretty much how the story goes. Louisiana was abandoned in Katrina, and it's happening again. I'm sure it's some kind of racist thing. Texas governor, bizarre COVID strategy, offers revealing redefinition of freedom. That's right. Screw your freedoms. God. This whole idea that's like the no mask mandates and not forced vaccinations. That's the idea of freedom. And their argument back to that is that you're going to be more sick. It makes no sense. They're jumping so many hoops and just scatting to create their own narrative right now about what's actually free. Are you actually free? Because a train is more free on its tracks and we need to put you in line. Anyways, that's what MSNBC is talking about. But a new report coming out that we are back to drone striking. Yay. Remember Obama? I remember when people used to call him Obama because that dude would love some drone strikes. But we're back. We're back to, and apparently on this attack, children were murdered in this attack. And I think more than ever, people are sick of war and sick of I'm seeing a lot of conservatives right now really outraged about what's going on in Kabul right now, like, rightfully so. Not as much liberals, which is very weird to me because you guys were the anti-war police, but now you're for lockdowns, for oppression, for war. I stand with Biden. I'm so confused by the tribalism in our country, but I think you're seeing a lot of conservatives. I've seen a lot of even vets just walking around saying, for what? What was this for? I think this is just a daily reminder, and especially in this situation, just how it all ended. I don't think any, we do like I get the Monday morning quarterback critique of this whole situation. Because there's no way it would have been a perfect pull out, if you will. But war is hell. And you don't want to go to war. You shouldn't. War should be the last option. Always. Because you have stuff like this. You have accidental bombings, killing children, apparently, killing a family. And I don't know if that's just the reports right now. We don't even know if it's 100% accurate or what's true. We don't even know who the names of some of these ISIS-K members that we supposedly killed in the bomb. We don't know anything. But we're just going based on some reports right now. And it's just really sad if that's true. And apparently there have been rockets fired into Kabul airport. One hitting around the base. No casualties or deaths to report as of right now. But this situation is just a crap sandwich. And it should be another reminder, another indication to not want this ever. And there are atrocities, there are terrible things happening all around the world. China, North Africa, to name a few. There are terrible things happening with governments in power and militants in power and rapings and murderings. And we don't do anything to stop that, but we're obsessed with this region. Look, I'm just ranting right now because there's just so much to think about and so much that's going on as I wake up to these new reports this morning about how we're back to drone striking. So we're going to pull all our troops out and we're just going to keep drone striking things. We're going to coordinate with the Taliban. Speaking of Taliban, I don't know if you saw this that just came out, but somebody is back in action. Somebody very, very popular. Somebody from old time. Al-Qaeda security chief is back. From bin Laden. Al-Qaeda security chief, the arms supplier, returns to his hometown after 20 years. So he's back. What was it for? I think you're getting to a point now, too, where people just aren't trusting the government for so much. Trusting the government for the COVID lockdowns, COVID information. Trusting the government, especially now, even more for the military-industrial complex and what wars and why we go fight wars. And if the information is... We keep getting these wars with faulty information, and then we leave them in a freaking mess. We went to Afghan, drove back to Taliban, we left, they're all back. Not only that, Osama bin Laden's best buddy, his arms dealer, is like, yeah, I'm coming back too. And then he's like given a hero's welcome. You don't think these Taliban, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, they're not talking to each other? You don't think they have like similar missions in some capacity or a similar enemy that they can all hate together? Like, I'm not an expert on this information. I think my channel is more like you, so you don't feel alone in some of this thinking. And continue the thinking. I watched the Pentagon this morning. I don't know if you did. The briefing, and they still don't know the exact number of how many Americans are left in Afghanistan. We just don't know. But you want to give your government power to control your healthcare system? I'm just like... show me something the government can do, and I promise you a private company could do better. In this moment, I've never been more red-pilled about our government and how in some instance I'm just almost ready for an anarchist style. They've gotten so much wrong and destroyed so much. And I think this kind of sums it up right here. Is this picture of Biden in the middle of a funeral for soldiers that in some ways he is also bears the responsibility, because this is what happens when you're a leader. You take responsibility. That's why being a leader is so hard. That's why if you don't want to be a leader, you shouldn't at all costs, because who bears the responsibility when things go sour? It's you. Unless you say, I had nothing to do with it and it was all my generals or whatever. It was all freaking General Milley. It's all his white rage. But this picture just tells me a lot. You know, politicians can act like they like you. They can act like they care about you. They can act like they are friends with you, want to be friends with you just to get your vote, because that's all they care about is polling. And right now, they're so worried about this picture, not because it's a bad look to maybe be checking your watch for people that you potentially were the result of them dying. They're more worried about what are the polls saying about this picture. Do people actually care about this picture? Are people concerned about me looking at my watch? Is that a big deal? But this kind of shows you what these politicians actually think when it comes to war and sending your children to war and sending you to war. And yeah, they're heartbroken. Look at Biden. He's heartbroken. He's happy to stay there during this Dover Air Force Base. He's happy to stay there the entire time. He'll stay there 2 days. He'll stand there and just cry. No. He's doing exactly. This moment right here says a lot about who he is as a person, because it's the candid moments that kind of tell you who you are. I don't know what your thoughts are on this. I know you could take this and run with it and just make a crazy hysterical story about it. And I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be that kind of channel who just jumps on a silly bandwagon for tribalism's sake, so I can rile up the troops, whatever you believe or political party you follow. I just want to think critically about what's going on in the world, and I want to look outside the box. I don't want to just do the obvious information that's presented for me. But again, I see more people than ever being against war, being against the reasons to go to war, not trusting the government, and then you have like little pictures like that. And I think even more so, we should really consider the indications of why CNN is so angry about Biden, and how he's handled this war, because they're so tribalistic, it's unbelievable. But when it comes to war, they all of a sudden switch. They're all of a sudden against Biden. It's kind of just another indication of how the corporate media is and who actually controls their information and spouts it out. I think you should always consider and always think about the minute the media is hysterical about something that seems just kind of petty, or maybe just anytime they're hysterical. And again, I'm just thinking through these things with you. So don't take anything I say and hold it to heart. You should always think critically for yourself. But anytime the media becomes hysterical or they get excited about stories, you should wonder why. Maybe their intentions are good, but maybe, just maybe, they're not. Let me know your thoughts below. You can email me at derekoshayshow@gmail.com if you just listen to audio, or follow me on YouTube, Rumble, or BitChute. There'll be a day where I'm not on YouTube anymore because I've already hit strikes and all that stuff, but you never know. Follow me on there. I go live there all the time. It's just a quick Monday thoughts, because we're pulling out troops and we're going back to firing drum strikes, so nothing's changed. Okay. And now Al-Qaeda's back. Al-Qaeda's back. The arms dealer, security chief. That's besties with Bin Laden. He's back. No problems here. We created a vacuum. China's like, oh yeah, well, we'll go in there. Or maybe they won't. Maybe China will go in there and actually fail too, and then it'll just continue. It's just going to be like a wheel of just large, powerful countries making it worse, or just failing at trying to make it better. Have a fantastic day. As always, I'll see you on the next episode of The Derek O'Shea Show. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me. I honestly appreciate you, and I hope you have a fan-freaking-tastic day. I love you. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. I got some more videos coming out soon, but again, I only try to do videos of things I think is worth talking about. I don't want to just be, I don't want to just jump on the bandwagon. You know, I was going to go deep into Kabul today, but I just don't want to. There's so much, A, that I don't know, and also B, that it's always my favorite thing, is just to say, I don't know. We have a culture today that's like, people are so afraid to say that, I don't know. so afraid to say that. He says, I gotta teach you. I gotta inform you. I gotta change your mind. I gotta talk about the science, not science. I don't know. Have a fantastic day. And as always, I'll see you on the next episode of the Derek Show. This show has just gone down fast. Enjoy your Monday. I think I have a silly news segment coming out later. I hope you guys enjoy it. There was one piece of news I found that it was just like, this is so ridiculous. I have to talk about it. Have a great day.